when watching this documentary, it felt clear to me that the goal was to shine a more positive light on Kevin Franke in particular. Yes, the kids were highlighted. We learned about Chad's experience and Sherry's experience, but really it was about sort of telling the audience how Kevin could have allowed this to happen. The intended narrative was, you had a healthy family with a healthy mom and dad. Mom starts vlogging, and it's really simple at first, all about the kids. But there's a point where she sort of switches over and becomes very controlling and very abusive in an effort to control all of her kids' behavior. And because she is so lost in herself, so narcissistic, she's unable to recognize the mistakes of her behavior. Instead, she doubles down on them. She brings in Jodi Hildebrandt, who is a lunatic therapist. And through all of this, Kevin is sort of just this supportive figure that doesn't really have a say. And we know the rest of the story. Jodi is now in the home working closely with Ruby. They may have a romantic relationship. Eventually, they take the youngest kids to Jodi's house in the desert and neglect, abuse, torture these children. And when Kevin is called in, he goes, I had no idea that this was happening. I was lost in this also. I have been brainwashed. I had no control. I had no idea. High level, that's the narrative. And to be honest, I think it's a bullshit narrative. Like this idea that throughout the story, Kevin was floating along, not aware of what was happening, and then brainwashed to buy into Jodi and therefore not able to recognize the abuse, I think is such an incredible cop-out.